In that sacred ground within, you have a guidance and a knowledge and an intuition that only you can access, that only you can hear, that only you can trust, a wisdom. And there is a knowing that nobody can teach you. You already have it. It's already yours. You have it inside. There are certain answers only you can find within. Really. I could pretend to give you a formula. I could tell you how it worked for me, but I'm not you, see? I'm not you. You were born an original inner barometer and guidance that each one of us can and should access. Don't wait for the answers to arrive, all of the answers from the outside world. You also have knowledge and wisdom and guidance within. Trust it. Go back to yourself. Go back to your heart. Listen to your intuition. Know that garden is there. Learn how to cultivate it. Respect your teachers, of course. Say thank you, thank you.
I used to think if I couldn't find hope, I should just let it all go. I used to think if I couldn't make dreams come true, I should just let them all go.
I'm so overwhelmed right now that I really don't know how to make my ending, note right now, because I really don't want this to end. It's like I'm dreaming at this time, at this hour, at almost 2 a.m. in India. Everyone is sleeping in my house. The entire building is like sleeping, and I'm getting so much of knowledge and sharings and such profound wisdom from you. It definitely feels like this is a month of Navratris, 9 days where we worship goddesses, a different form of goddesses. And I actually feel that I've met my goddess, Ma Durga, Ma Saraswati, a goddess of wisdom, a goddess of empowerment, a goddess of arts and education and knowledge. Oh my God. I am so captivated by your persona, the woman of substance. You're the epic and the real example of today's, women of sisterhood, of global sisterhood. And I must appreciate that, acknowledge that. And I'm really grateful to you for sharing so many things with us, with me, with my listeners. Yeah. So just in the end, one last message for women out there.
Okay. Well, first of all, I love Saraswati as well. Huh? I love her, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Look, there are so many things that I would like to say to women. For a long time, my world was masculine. This is an interesting thing. When I was living in Egypt, because I was mostly performing, I was not teaching so much, I was surrounded by men, right? I mean, all my musicians were men, my technicians, even my personal assistants for a long time were men, and my world was very masculine. And then when I started to travel and to go to festivals and to meet big groups of women, suddenly my world changed completely. And I had like these hundreds of women in one weekend, and contacting with so many women from different nationalities. I had like my female education, And this is what I've been doing in the last years. I've been contacting with women from all corners of the world and observing them, not only in terms of dance, but in terms of how they see themselves. At my school, every time I teach an Egyptian dance course, I have a personal development side always attached to it. So I have the opportunity to observe my students, not only from a dance performance point of view, but from a personal point of view. How they are developing as human beings, how they are feeling as human beings nowadays. What are their struggles? What are their hopes? What are their dreams? What worries them? What stops them to sleep at night? What frustrates them? What scares them? I'm in daily contact with this reality, and I'm so grateful for it. And I have gained immense respect for women as I started to teach consistently and to know women more closely and daily, really daily, literally daily. And one thing I would like to tell, I think it would be the perfect way of finishing our conversation. And it's something that I tell my students all the time, which is perhaps not what they want to hear, but it is coming from a place of love, and it is coming from direct experience. There are a lot of things teachers can give you. There are a lot of things books can give you, good books, good courses, good universities, good trips, good information. We live in an era of information. It has never been so easy to get educated, right? You can get amazing information so easily. But there is a wisdom, and there is a knowing that nobody can teach you. You already have it. This, as a teacher, is a strange thing to say, because my students don't want to hear it, right? They want to know, or at least believe, I have all the answers for them. All the answers, all the formulas. And at some point, I have to make very clear, because this is also my job as a teacher.
Yeah.
There is so much I can teach you, and there is a sacred ground where I will not enter out of respect for the individual that you are. In that sacred ground within, you have a guidance and a knowledge and an intuition that only you can access, that only you can hear, that only you can trust and use. And my job as a teacher, as a friend, as a fellow woman, is to remind you of that sacred place and to tell you, sister, I'm here holding your hand, but I'm not going to go into that place. It's yours. It's already yours. You have it inside. There are certain answers only you can find within. Really. I could pretend to give you a formula. I could tell you how it worked for me, but I'm not you, see? I'm not you. You were born an original, just as I am born an original. There is nobody like me. There is nobody like you. So we are born with specific wisdom, with a specific inner barometer and guidance that each one of us can and should access. Don't wait for the answers to arrive, all of the answers from the outside world. You also have knowledge and wisdom and guidance within. Trust it. Go back to yourself. Go back to your heart. Listen to your intuition. Know that garden is there. Learn how to cultivate it. Respect your teachers, of course. Say thank you. But there is a part of my evolution I have to deal alone, me with myself. So this is what I would like to tell them, perhaps not what they would like to hear.
Yeah. That's also like a true teacher.
You know, I teach what I believe it's true. I teach what I have learned from my own experience. You know, a lot of the things that I teach nowadays, they came from the great teachers that I had, and a lot of it did not come from my teachers, it came from me.
Yeah.
So if I have it in me, you have it in you. It's as simple as that. You know, I will never teach something that I have not lived. You know, I'm a student, I've read everything, I've researched, I went to the source of Egyptian dance, blah, 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 great. But everything I teach is a product of study, of professional experience, but of life experience. So I'm telling you, so much of what I do came from the education I received, and so much of what I do did not come from the education I received. It came from within. Really. Came from my identity. A lot of the things that I teach, nobody has taught me. Yeah. I found them within because somehow I knew how to listen to my voice, my intuition, to the glimpses, right? Okay, what about this idea? Let's try it. What about that? Okay, I respect myself. If I respect myself, I listen to my inner world. Some ideas are great, some are not, but I listen to them, you know? You listen to the material that comes. You listen, you pay attention. And then some things will be used, some things will not be used, and it's fine, because this is also not a question of vanity, you know. It's not about me thinking I'm a genius. No, I am a creative person with a lot of luggage that comes.
Could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose.
Then, even from past lives. So, of course I have a lot of things within, right? Not everything has to be amazing. I tell that to students, you know, because what scares us sometimes, and the reason why so many women will not access that inner garden, is that they think, okay, what if I access that inner garden and the things that come out are not that interesting, are not that bright? Then what? I think then nothing, you know, because not everything that has potential will eventually flourish. There's a lot of great ideas who never materialize to nothing. They came to nothing, you know. And sometimes ideas that we think are terrible, they develop and they turn into amazing achievements. So it is not a question of evaluating how interesting will that inner voice be, how genius will those voices. You know,
Yeah.
it's not about that. It's really
Yeah.
just about getting into the habit of listening to that inner world and using it and acknowledging it, and, you know, allowing it to be a part of your education as well, and your guidance as well.
Yeah.
You know, when you are at the crossroads, right? I mean, ask for a good advice, but in the end, ask for your own advice. It's your life, you know, it's your life. You're the one who's gonna have to live it. And you're the one who's gonna have to live with the consequences of your choices. So you better listen to what you want, and you better listen to what your core is telling you, because you're the one who's gonna have to experience anything that you decide for. So, you know, it's all about, then again, balance also between what we receive from others and what I receive from myself, and trusting that. And I have stuff
Yeah.
that needs to be listened to.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Namaste again. And it is an immense pleasure, which I'm right now feeling expressionless. I'm not able to express it properly. But then, yeah, your energies are so pure that it is actually reaching out miles away. And I feel like, yeah, I'm so relaxed. It's like I've been to a spa for last 2 hours, and, you know, I was just having a good time, and I feel so relaxed. Another world that I am in. Yeah. Throughout the day, like, I had a long day, and yeah, it was a very difficult day. It was actually a long day, but then I don't remember anything. It's like I'm blank about my own life.
I want to thank you once more. I want to thank you, and I want to remind you, still as part of our conversation,
Yeah.
but also just as a spontaneous comment,
Yeah.
that you're amazing, you're beautiful, and you can accomplish anything you wish you work for. Okay, I just want to tell you that, and thank you again and again, because I think it's so precious when women support each other. What you're doing is already supporting other women. You know, when you tell another woman, me or any other woman, you know, your voice is worth listening, I'm interested.
Yeah.
You are already part of the empowerment.
Right. I love your statement. I'm going to use this one. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You are welcome, my dear. You're welcome. A big hug for you.
Big hug, a big virtual hug. Thank you so much. Thank you.
A big kiss. Big.
Yes. Bye.